pick, so maybe not. But yeah, Peanut might need to dig into his bag of tricks here.
Yeah, I like that Fiora ban. Makes sense. Still feeling like an R4 draft here for T1, and of course with the Camille already being taken away, T1 kind of signaled that this was the direction that they might have wanted to go in. Fiora versus Camille, definitely a skill matchup, but yeah, it's just not. And it's Zeus is not, so even though we are not excited, we are
Jax.
Completely fine with this.
Jax is left up, and I think Doran might give it a shout. There are some other picks you could go for. You could try to go for Aurelia yourself. I think the first thing he said was Jax. Just looking at what he was, So that might just be the choice. And yeah, seems pretty obvious with the way we've been seeing this matchup go recently.
Jungle Pool severely pinched.
Look at Peanut.
All up to Peanut now.
He's like, oh god.
What do we do?
What am I gonna do? Get me out of here.
Put Peanut in the corner.
I think he's saying Poppy.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm on point with these mouth reads today.
The Veldanalist, his skills at reading pro players keeps getting better.
I'm the mouth
and better.
I'm the lip reader. You're on the.
Oh, this would be this. Yeah, there are still a number of pivots available.
Oh, okay. So a Jin support. Keria. Annie is mid.
Yes.
Yep.
Assume it will be the Jin support. I haven't seen Keria play Varus support yet. I think. I wouldn't be surprised if at some point it happens, but it's not going to be in this game. And indeed, as we pointed out, will be rotated towards the mid lane. Faker going to pick that one up. And
Keria has played Ashe, Caitlyn, Jin, Kalista, and Twitch. So that's 5 different quote-unquote AD champions.
Yeah, if you show that champion pool and you told people, yeah, Keria is actually going to role swap to AD carry in 2023, they would believe you. As these drafts, to me, feel relatively well-balanced. The Ashe is my big question mark. Is the Ashe going to be as big a problem as we have seen in the past? It has been an almost uncounterable menace. There is no Sejuani. Takes away a little bit of the threat. Also, the return of Peanut, his Poppy. Good into the Wukong, sure, but is it going to actually have the impact that it had before? Has been nerfed repeatedly, has disappeared from the meta.
Guy in the left, bottom left is like, it's my first time at LoL Park, and my wife is a huge Chovy fan. Not a big surprise. Chovy does have quite a lot of fans. There's also a very cute Keria sign. As this is going to get even more interesting. Some more picks that have been permabanned in the past are now hitting the Rift once again. Annie is back. Ashe, especially, is back on the Rift as Faker is playing Annie once again. See if it works out for him here as we're jumping onto the Rift for game number 3. Here we go. As I said once again for Faker, but actually I don't believe he has played it this season. I think it was the Yone.
I have a feeling we're gonna see when Faker played any loss.
Yeah, if he has. I mean, I'm pretty sure he has.
With the amount of games he's played, surely there's like a season-free game where he played.
He's played 74 unique champions.
We're gonna find out. If there's no graphic, then I'm.
You know who would know this is Papa Smithy. He's like, yeah, in 2023 winter, Faker debuted his Annie on November 23rd. It was 5:23 p.m. and I was drinking a Coca-Cola. I would not be surprised, but I'm sure our stats team can get on that.
Might just have never played it, and in that case, we get a unique Faker champion graphic.
Yep.
So
number 75?
We'll find out no matter what. Doran going to play a little aggressive here. Now, of course, Jax does have a substantial amount of level 1 power, but this is Grasp and no Ghost, so Doran needs to be a little bit more respectful. Early control being taken here by Gumayushi and Keria, but this is Ashe and Draven level 1.
All right, this level 1 is going to be extremely important. 4th shot? Here comes Peanut. He's on vision. The heal already used and flash. As Carry is like, no. This is not the way the spot lane will play out tonight.
Not getting taken down early. Flash for Carrier already taken away as Peanut's just going to start this. Owner is going to be there as well. And I don't think Peanut knows. Will know now.
Yeah, now he knows. And he's trying to trade onto Peanut. Here is Owner now backing away and leashing the blue buff.
There is bot side prio. We do have the first roam coming over from the light.
Here comes the level 2 Ashe roam into the enemy jungle.
But now, do you have Carrier and Guma moving over a little bit earlier?
Uh-oh. Did they go too far? Always the question, as a lot of damage into Peanut here. Delight as well, super squishy at this point, and Faker is looking for it, and so is Owner, trying to extend that queue, as FaZe will be forced to cleanse, as we are walking on the thinnest tightrope. Some of these plays.
No one dies.
There we go. No, it wasn't 75, it was 74. Oh, there you go. So first time for Faker on Annie.
So Papa would have known that as well.
Yeah.
He would have said, no, this is the first.
Yeah, he would have.
Man. Papa's doing well.
He is, yeah.
Yeah. The team is doing exceptionally well, even though I really miss Prince.
I do, yeah. And Vikla.
Yeah. Both of them. But they're in good hands, which
KT's
is nice.
Doing okay.
Yeah, okay. KT's not complaining.
Yeah.
Not even Sandbox is complaining, which is kind of wild given the the swap that they made working out as well as it has.
Somehow Envy is just really good now.
He is. And
really stable.
Shocking turn of events. You never know when the season starts what's going to happen. Due to the early game shenanigans, both our junglers are fairly behind the curve. So we have Peanut still only level 3, just now getting to his 4th camp. Same for Owner, although he is clearing a little bit faster. Carrier just saying hello in mid.
Yeah.
As
ooh, he's going to extend that stun. There's the Q and a bunch of damage coming in. And there it is, flash on in, but Doran is baited. As Zeus just laughs in his face and flashes away. He will win the 1v1.
Oh, he didn't have to go for that.
Oh, and here we go again. A lot of trouble for Guma. He's going to have to flash here, but Pays has got an axe for his back. As now, Pays going to get an early cash in this game.
That might have saved the mental of GENG a little bit there. Doran, goes down into 1v1. Unforced error on his end, but fortunately,
just ignore the top lane. It doesn't exist.
While in the death chamber, he pans over his camera to bot side and sees Paige just running forward, getting the kill. As you can see the moment where Doran's like, do I go for this? Right here. It's like, no, and then tries to fake it as well by moving out, but Zeus was so ready, and this is where we see the power of this early combo. Ashe makes it basically impossible to ever get out of a situation. Good sidestep from Pace there as well on the flourish from Carrier. Unable is he to cancel the play.
Yeah, that's really the thing. If Jin doesn't have flourish, there is no root right before level 6. So the Draven just runs straight in a line at you. And if he's winning the trade, you can't stop him. It's not like you've got a Lulu on your side. You don't have a Soraka, there's no Yumi, Jin is not an enchanter. So if he misses his deadly flourish and does not root you, you are free to do whatever you want.
And early Drake going over, very helpful. We again are getting some of our less desirable Drakes out of the way. So surely now it will just be Chemtech?
Yeah, Chemtech.
Yeah, Chemtech next.
Yeah.
Fun.
We don't have any healing or shielding on either of our supports, so it only makes sense. Wait, why did you let the cannon go?
Hayes, no.
Hayes, what are you doing? Okay, he's just trying to kill him, and he nearly dies himself. That is a stack of the rune here for Carrier.
Uh-oh.
Here we go. Peanut is here. Can he stop them, though? Faker's level 6 with Flash. Here we go. Tibbers, say hello to my little bear. as that is going to be a lot of damage already onto the GENG bot lane. Make it 2, and Peanut is just like, well, I got to try to do something, right? But Carrier baits him in, and that is a double kill for Gumayusi. As Chovy's like, well, I'll just kill Tibbers, I guess. That'll make me feel better.
He has Flash, but heal's available, so you got to know. Can't actually get anything here. Absolutely pivotal roam there coming through from Faker after a kill that goes the way of GENG. The bot lane state looks a little dicey, but then on the return crash of multiple waves, T1's ready. We have the early poke, and this is where you do see the value to come through. Paze is taken down very low due to the poke of Guma, and Carrier takes a bunch of damage from the minions as well. And then just Owner, you could have survived, but with Faker also being there, there is no way in hell that you're ever living here. Very, very well done there. And the subsequent kill on Pace means that his next big shutdown is going to, or his cash out rather, is going to be quite a while away. And all of a sudden the game state looking way better for T1. 2 kills going over to Guma is pretty much a dream scenario. Now double Dirk again for this bot lane.
Yeah. And it's such a rough situation to get yourself in. You just got a kill on the bottom side. You're trying to put on pressure. And on the first crash after on your turret, there's 4 people in your lane. You have your jungler there as well. And you're feeling like, okay, like Paze is pretty strong. We should be okay. But just the fact that Faker's there makes it you can't win. You can't win the fight. It's 4v3. You're under your turret. It doesn't matter. Tibbers exists. You've got a stun. You have 7 different ways to engage, and that's all it takes. And all of a sudden, it's just a massive swing of gold into T1's pockets from the one play.
And unlike the previous game, where we had in game number 2 in particular a very clear scaling disadvantage for T1, even with. Oh, Faker is gets spotted.
Uh-oh, he is looking for more. There's the root this time from the Jhin, as Paze will be forced to flash away from the scary bear. As Peanut should be able to secure this one. Just going to smite it down, so at least GENG pick up the Rift Heralds. A little bit of something for their troubles.
The light as well, just ding 6. Yeah, as I was getting into, that Herald is nice.
It's rooted. That's
might be paid.
No stun.
Yeah, I was a little worried for Faker there, but he will be fine with the reinforcements still there.
He's got stopwatch. He's fine.
You're right. Should have done a Veldis check.
Yep.
Early Merc threats coming through here for Chovy. But this composition from T1 also has great scaling. You can just straight up front to back team fight. You are able to play with your Annie as
Carrier's like, thank you very much. I'll take that plate for myself.
That is Carrier's plate.
They see you, by the way. Gumayusi might die here because of this. No, he's going to flash away, as that should be enough. And now they're actually poking back, as Peanut is the one that has to run away from the duo lane in the bottom side.
Crucially, Owner on his way, and Peanut has to wait for his damage to actually show up. The light and Pace not able to join there in time, still walking back from base. As a result, no kill that is found. And T1 can continue snowballing. This top half of the map, by the way, we haven't talked about it for a bit because it's top, but after that kill, Zeus has just completely taken over the lane, is now 40 CS up. On, it's not even his most iconic champion because, that's Jace or Kennen.
One of.
But this is the champion he debuted and then looked incredible, so I probably cursed him.
Okay, well, they see you. Can Zeus jump to the south here? He's going to run straight into Peanut as, yeah, you're not getting out of this one, buddy. He's got a flash, though, as Doran's going to flash first. And they got the kill.
Flash first to show dominance.
It's like, I don't need my flash. As now Faker in a little bit of trouble. He's going to get arrowed. He's going to get poppied. But at the end of the day, he has a Rod of Ages and a Doran's Ring and stopwatch, so he should be fine. He's actually even going to drop Tibbers onto Delight just as a show of dominance himself. And, he had Carrier nearby, so might as well try.
This topside play, though, is incredibly important because it means that Doran, even though he didn't end up getting the kill, gets a moment of respite from the beating that he had been receiving from Zeus. Also, Zeus gonna make his way back to lane without actually finishing his Triforce, which is a big spike for the Gnar, and it's gonna give Doran a little bit more time. He will have his Sunderer finished, so I'm gonna be feeling a little bit more secure. The main issue is that as we do get Mountain Drake, and that is a big Drake here. T1 in particular is really going to get into trouble if their raw damage output isn't enough to take people down. You have some shred with Owner, but outside of it, any lethality Jhin.
Uh-oh. We've seen this before, as tons of damage already into the Ashe, but an arrow just traded. Now Chovy's in a lot of trouble. Double Cyclone should come in here, as there's the second one gets knocked up. But take a look at Peanuts Poppy just going to knock away Annie. As T1, they had reinforcements from bot and looking for a little bit of a snipe. Chovy has to flash it. Not sure that he would have died to that, but still gonna take it as cautiously as possible.
Yeah, I'm gonna say probably. I've seen like fat Varuses at this point in the game with no armor on Chovy. It would have been close, but can't really fault him for the flash there.
Yeah, could have had a follow-up as well. You never know as Chovy, so.
But it definitely feels really bad. As we will get the charge, was momentarily worried there, and
momentarily,
just a little bit.
Yeah, just for a slight moment.
So, what's really interesting, and I'm not 100% sure. So Paze went for an early Vamp Scepter, and then for a Dirk, but of course used to be able to go Eclipse on Draven. That's not the case, and I do think the Dirk provides a lot of value regardless, but wondering whether that was a mistake and he tried to build an old Eclipse into an Essence Reaver, or whether this was a call specifically to get himself into a better position and be able to sustain against the poke from Guma and Keria. Maybe if we get, you know, a Genji win, we can ask him if that does come through. Right now, not looking too hot, as T1 is still snowballing this early game. This first Dragon, though, and in general these Mountain Drakes, are going to be absolutely pivotal. Well, that is a ton of vision control. Man.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you have Ashe, and it still feels unfair.
Yeah, it's rough. He's about to run onto some of these. Well, actually, maybe not. 700 to 700. A lot of the plate gold actually going to the hands of Doran in the top lane.
Ooh, gets first Turbo Blood. That's nice. That's a little pick-me-up for Genji, who was in danger of falling way too far behind. The Genji composition, while it does have a lot of powers in teamfights, scares me as Faker.
Oh, Faker, he tries to zoomies away from that one, but he is going to get taken out by the Draven, of all people, as meanwhile Poppy died.
Really clean setup there to allow Pace to actually get his cash in. Well done, as Delight is showing again why Ashe is just permanently banned.
Yeah.
Is going for Mandate build, so will have a lot less damage. Not going to get the damage either. Early Umbral Glaive is going to feel a lot better in most scenarios, but was kind of far behind early on, so not wanting to take the risk. Aguma going to get this solo turret. Feels good. Not going to be the first turret blood, but still going to keep T1 on this roughly 1k gold. But as I was saying, while this is happening, remember, we also have the play on mid, and Peanut is like, no, guys, we can fight this. They could, in fact, not. CC chain, very nicely done. This is a fed lethality Varus, so even if you're Poppy with your passive, you're still going to get blown up in a matter of seconds. This is really cute.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like, here, Pace.
Not a difficult
have a snack.
Arrow to hit either. I mean, don't want to take anything away from Delight, but at the same time, this is just what Ashe offers you, as Poppy Copter going to knock away the Mega Gnar. That's pretty large, as, okay, the huge burst, though, onto Peanut. He's going to be followed up on. Faker will have to pay the price, as Owner gets the eye and gets the hell out of there. Not looking for any follow-ups for T1.
Arrow hits a clone, unfortunately, for Genji. T1, get away, have to give up a kill on Faker. With the flash and stop was still available, could have perhaps lived, chose not to. And Essence Reaver now done for Pace as well. But crucially, they get the Herald, get the objective they were looking for, and they can maybe turn this Herald into a early Drake. And we talked about the amount of difficulty that T1 will have if they give up the Drakes. Well, same can be said for Genji, as we're really starting to see why this Poppy's kind of fallen out of favor. I feel like she used to be tankier, Valdez.
Maybe it's just Annie. Uh-oh, Chovy. What's going on here? A immaculate stun might save him. Dodges the house as even Zeus has to flash away. And a couple of our best players here just butting heads in the top lane.
Looking a lot more like game number 1. I'm
That's
loving
good news.
it.
That's
it's
good news.
Regardless of who you're cheering for, very exciting to see these two teams be so evenly matched.
Still anyone's game from here, too.
Really is. Yeah.
Because Victor is kind of out of control right now. Or are you just going to, you know,
Man,
he's
Ash.
seen some crazy hitboxes before in his time. So he says, no thank you. Baker, nice stun, is going to deny any follow-up from Doran.
First strike, 18 gold. Right in the pocket.
It was only a matter of time until everybody takes first strike. As, okay, the chain's going to hit Chovy. The follow-up should be huge as there you go. The shots, 1, 2, 3 is blocked. And 4? No. Nice try. Delight is going to get in front of that with this flash, though.
True team player is Delight. But that does mean that the Drake's going to go over. And champions like Draven also not the biggest fans of having to play into a ton of resistances. We do have a build from Chovy that should be able to deal with these tankier builds a little bit better. Going for the Leandries. Expect him to go for a Void Staff Third as well. And it's not impossible if Pace hits late game, but we're still very far off of that. And the main issue that I have with the GENG team comp is that particularly when Faker or Zeus has flash available, it becomes so hard for the GENG bottom lane to play the game. Because unless you can match flashes, any form of CC from T1 kills you.
Oh, here we go again. Alley-ooped in, and Guma's just dead. Another cash-in for Pace. Make that 3 in this game. Chovy in a little bit of trouble. To follow up with the Cyclone might be enough to get him down, but Keria is zoned by the Chaos Storm. Doesn't matter. Owner is able to get the job done. They're trying to chase him down. Not sure about this one. Doran in a bit of trouble, but nearly able to take out the monkey on the backside of this one. Owner will just barely survive.
Oh, eggs into the Pace basket. Here for GENG, more and more kills being fed into this Draven. And Pace has been playing incredible. That's not really my issue. It's just that T1's backline access is so insanely strong. And any form of CC landing is an immediate kill. We also saw, as Pace answers our question, picks himself up, that BT second. So going to be tougher to kill than he would otherwise be. This is my favorite combo of this game. Right, like the arrow. Ooh, like the alley-oop from Peanut, beautifully done.
ADC in 2023. They're actually in a really nice spot right now, but
yeah, no, they're still, they actually are, as we see what 4 AD carries in this game.
They're in a pretty good spot, but that one didn't feel good for Guma.
Perhaps more of a commentary on the state of support. Doran goes in deep, is not able to actually take down Owner, and provided that the GENG bot lane can live and Peanut can soak as much damage as he wants, and Doran can kind of get a drawn-out fight, GENG can match until the end. But I'm looking at T1 and the amount of damage that they have readily available on any of their members while still sporting a decent amount of beefiness. Between Faker with, now Zhonya's finished, has Rod of Ages as well, and their entire top half can be tough for GENG to single out a target unless it's Guma or Keria, as we saw in their previous play. But as more and more Mountain Drakes are going to get stacked up on either side, getting these individual picks, it's going to get harder and harder.
Definitely will. A moment to catch our breath in this game. It's similar to Game 1.
In the series, even.
Yeah, in the series.
We haven't had a lot of those, Valdez.
It's been just non-stop action most of the time. This time it's 12 kills in 21 minutes. Still a nice amount. Not quite as much as Game 1. But Delight's got his arrow ready, and you know he's going to be drawing that bowstring if he ever has a chance. Next Mountain Drake going to be a big objective. The Lethality Varus and Jhin combination from the bottom lane doesn't make for the fastest Baron take ever, but it is T1. So we'll see what idea they have about this as well. As okay, it's going to hit a clone. Have to part the Red Sea there. Everybody was just going different directions.
And between the arrows and the amount of long-range initiation or long-range damage rather, and poke that's available for T1, it can make these contests around the dragon fully rely on who actually hits their crucial piece first. Is it Guma hitting an ultimate? Is it Karya finding a deadly flourish after an arrow or an any Q hits someone? Or is it going to be the arrows from the light? They're going to be flying faster and faster, about to hit level 9. Yep, that's exactly what we're talking about. Those one or two of those arrows can mean that you can't contest anymore. Around an objective, T1...
Okay, all Delayed has to do is fire his arrow from base.
Yeah, that actually just works fine, doesn't it?
As long as it hits someone.
Actually makes it better.
Well,
if it hits.
Yes, but if it hits, it's much more difficult to hit.
Assuming that it hits, it's fine. Poppy can set it up. Peanut can die afterwards.
Yeah, little alley-oop. Why not?
Grab them.
We already saw one, why not another?
I'm a little scared by Pei's
look at this. Who's flanking who? We've seen this before. Zeus in a little bit of trouble, but there's the arrow straight into Faker, but not before he gets his stun off. He's alone in the front line, though. He's got Owner as they do come in from the jungle, but T1 are being pushed away. The Chaos Storm damage is massive as Owner goes a bit too deep along with his team, and GENG will get a very nice trade in this weird scuffle in the bottom lane.
Teleport's invested from either side, but it's GENG that gets the better end of the trade. Teleport towards the top side. They are going to forsake this dragon. Instead, playing towards the objective here, trying and pick up that Baron.
They're trying to zone Chovy out of here. And fourth shot, we're not really doing much damage yet, is Karya, who has...
Guma, you've stolen these before!
Oh boy, here we go again. As a little bit early on that one.
Oh, does have his W still.
A little bit of damage in there, nearly the timing, but yeah, Venus is going to be able to smite that one down without much of a hitch as GENG. Let's take another look at this bottom fight.
And the big difference maker is that Peanut is ahead of the play while the teleports are kind of channeling simultaneously, and then that stun from the line means that Faker doesn't actually get to do anything until the rest of his team is already getting collapsed upon. FaZe is able to stay alive as well, so the damage output very consistent. And yes, GENG win this fight, and they also get themselves the Baron, which is big. But with what we're seeing here from T1, they are also a single Drake away from getting a Mountain Soul point, or a Mountain Soul rather, currently on Mountain Soul point, and picking that up to make GENG's game infinitely harder. So GENG now need to make sure that they actually utilize this Baron to crumble the base, get full map control, and ensure that at no point are we flipping for a soul.
This Jax on the side lane as well is getting really strong for GENG. As Peanut's going pretty deep, but he is Poppy, so he should be kind of fine. Takes a big chunk as they're going to catch Chovy here. Nice amount of poke. And even the Poppycopter just going to be reset here. Not a big deal. As yeah, GENG just trying to group around mid. That's not doing too much, but I suppose it's getting a little bit of space for Doran to just push bot.
Okay.
As he probably should not have jumped in there. He's going to get walloped and killed. Oh, over the wall he goes as another house going to hit him, and now he's going to get behind his team and barely skirt away, but this is not really what you're looking for from a Baron push.
They saved Private Doran though. He got out. Extraction successful, Valdez.
Yeah.
But yeah, they had to invest a lot of resources and also are wasting Baron buff, so it's not good. But they did get him out.
Still a nice power play, I guess. Could have been better, but
they're not. They might get this mid inner or outer rather, but I don't know if that's really what you were hoping for, and I don't even know if they will.
I mean, the wave clear's decent. There's the arrow. Scary is just like no thanks. I'm just gonna flash it. Not interested in that, as Doran just a simple leap strike away. Zeus trying to 1v2 against the fed Victor and Peanut. Probably not the best angle, but...
Cannon minion in a dream.
Yeah, this will go down. There it goes. Mid-outer, finally claimed with this Baron buff. They did it.
Yeah, as you were saying, Val, that's not quite what you hoped for.
Zeus took a lot of damage in the trade as Faker just pushing forward, trying to stop the push once again. The scraps here of the Baron buff, you could say, still remaining. They're trying to make the most of it, are GENG, but not going to get this inner just yet.
And again, pace of the game slowing down slightly. Pace also, I was worried he was going to build Collector. Not the case.
Arrow.
Wow, Guma was pulling back another arrow. Look at that. Yeah, oh, look at that. Look at that. Cool. He is level 11, so that is actually... Doesn't even have the cool field yet for his Kampong. So it's going to be even better when he eventually finishes that. But that might still be a little bit off. No, Pace got a Crit Cloak and Lefellet and Dirk, so I was worried that he was going to build Collector. But that's a BF sword.
Yeah.
So he knows, and things are okay, because I can excuse a Collector, you know, maybe early item when you're snowballing, but you're playing into Mountain, so don't do that to yourself. And he won't! Picks up the Infinity Edge now, and that's a big spike that they're going to need to contest this next dragon, because T1 can give this one up and maybe look for a counterplay, get themselves a turret or two. But for GENG, this is a really important objective to pick up.
Yeah. We see on the side of T1, actually...
The ruler spot?
Did Pace learn from his older GENG brother?
Yeah, as far as... of course, we haven't been able to watch Love LPL. From what I heard, Ruler still has the ruler spot. It's still a thing. It's still happening.
Never goes away.
Never goes away.
Why would it? It's his spot.
As good as he is, that's just where he's going to be found. Whee!
It's not going to hit anything, but that's okay. He'll have it, maybe a couple for the next Drake. He's fine with that.
Oh, yeah, he's finished his cool fits as well. Look at that cooldown. Oh, man.
All right, we're almost halfway there.
Oh, I love this flank from Owen.
Nice.
Again, backline access is key here if you are T1. I would love to see some really thorough warding from GENG behind their, or in their own jungle rather, behind their front lines to make sure that Owner doesn't, or Zeus even doesn't find a way in. He's been hiding in fog for quite a while now.
Very sneaky Owner, but he definitely doesn't want to engage onto the Jax. And right now, Doran is kind of the keeper in the mid lane. So he'll just hold on to that as there's the arrow. It's going to catch Faker, but not a huge follow-up. Maybe trying to knock someone away here. Is Faker even going to get healed up by Guma? Just trying to get him to safety. Hoppycopter reset.
Oh no, it's going to get spotted. They know about the flank. Yeah, he might have to give this one up.
TP from bot to mid. Zeus is just trying to group up with the team. Chovy, a slightly awkward spot, but it looks like GENG will get the Drake with no problem, as that's the knockaway of the Annie. See you later, Faker, says Peanut. And yeah, it's just a pretty safe take onto that objective. T1 do have the first path to the Baron.
Wouldn't be the first one. That damage isn't amazing. Oh yeah. Oh, they're doing it.
Okay, Meganar, they're going to try to turn onto Doran, but he sees this a mile away.
The Ashe value.
Yeah. Yeah, you thought the arrows were an issue. How about like 6 seconds of vision in a giant spot anywhere on the map? Seems good. Hashtag not salty.
How about Ashe making it through somehow?
I mean, you saw the trade that T1 made for it. The Varus has been such a huge, just important piece of the puzzle for T1 in this series, you could say.
I still really like the Varus.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it was definitely...
no Ashe.
It was no, it's no Ashe. Nothing is. Well, maybe Maokai. But even Maokai, we don't really see make his way through the drops anymore. Looking at the itemization spikes, as we will have the Baron live right now. Neither team expected to go from that. I don't know. Well, T1 will because they're T1. But in terms of spikes that they're about to hit, we have Zeus getting closer to his Wit's End, Faker getting closer to Void Staff. Guma just sitting on 3 items, still very far off his Cyrildas though.
Void Staff going to be very important for Faker.
Oh, yeah.
He doesn't have any form of penetration so far, and he's the only AP source on his team. So if he wants to hit something with a lot of damage, and speaking of which, Peanut looks like he's burning down. Faker not going to take the chance as he flashes in. Peanut just caught in mid lane. And now Pace is getting run down. He's all alone, trying to trade it back. That's 2 free kills and maybe a bit more. As we do have the Cyclone into this back line, Owner's going way deep by himself. He's got a stopwatch, though, and he should be totally fine. 2 kills on the board now for T1. Where will they go from here? Is it the Baron? Looks like that's where their sights.
Oh, and a rough game here for Peanut. Did just now finish his locket. Maybe that could have saved him previously. Not going to be the case. Love the itemization choice, but dying there might have been a game-ending mistake. Valdez says now T1 going to be able to pick themselves up the Baron. And a beautiful catch from Faker. And the immediate, you see the kind of cutthroat, killer instinct that's available.
Faker's here. He's waiting for this. He's not going to stop the inner turret from going down, but
yeah, it's still Wits and Jax, so got to be careful. And this might be the play that ends up winning the game. Straight up, Peanut just gets CC chained. Faker then flashes to ensure the kill, and Pace and the Light are very far up because they feel safe. We have double TP coming through as well, but unfortunately not in time to actually turn the tide of this fight. So not only do you lose your Draven and a bunch of stacks to go with it, not only do you lose your jungler, which means that objective is immediately available, but despite T1 still sitting at a gold deficit, they are now in firm control of this game for at least the next 2 minutes.
Baron's definitely going to help. It's going to remove some of that side laning from Doran. It is going to give them a chance to fight 5v5 front to back and look for more picks. That's what their comp does.
And in a minute and a half, it's that Mountain Drake.
They're going to have the Baron buff for that time. See that under turret, Chovy and Paze do a pretty good job of just, clearing waves, even against Baron. So T1, unless they want to dive, which they're not really in a position to in this game, they're not really going to have a great time of just sieging. So rather than do that, they're just going to try to rotate. Look for other angles.
T1 back comes through from Keria, making his way back home, trying to ensure that all the ward items are stacked up. Yeah, only 100 stacks now for Pace. Still able to finish his RFC, which into the T1 comp is great. You really can use that damage, but the lack of a Lord Dominix does make me a little sad. You're already facing down double Mountain Drake. Top half of T1 is incredibly tanky. Even Faker. Sure, Annie not necessarily a tank by any means, but still with the Zhonyas, the health from Roa and the extra resistances.
Uh-oh. Owner's like, I can't dash over the wall. I have to flash. The junglers this game.
This might be the game-deciding fight, Valdez.
Yeah, I think we're about to have it here. Now no flash on your Wukong. That is one of your big engage champions on the side of T1. Stellite, he's just looking for any angle he can find. Chovy, decent amount of damage already onto him. It is just the one dragon. Here comes Zaze, though, with the wraparound as the arrow going to hit the clone. And no Poppy ultimate. This is going to be a potential fight angle for T1 as Meganar comes in, and the kiting from Keria's bullets is pretty strong, but T1 not finding an angle just yet. Tibbers is down and just zoning. And yeah, T1 not going to pull the trigger on this one.
Another heist. GENG able to make their way out. And now the next Drake, whoever picks it up, will get that coveted Mountain Soul. Incredible amount of extra resistances. And for T1, this poses a problem. We will see Guma going towards the Cyrilda, getting closer to that now. Faker also has Void Staff available, but the damage of Zeus and Owner definitely not going to be nearly as relevant. Keria in particular going to be extremely sad. You want to play who wins this game, Valdez?
I don't know if I want to play that here. I can't choose.
It's tough. Really will come down to the fight for, I assume, it's the Baron?
Yeah, it's basically the pick potential of T1 versus the sustained damage of GENG. Like, if we get into a fight and nobody on GENG dies and you've got like a good front to back, you don't get flanked by an R, probably the Victor and the Draven are just going to pull you over the edge. Like, even the Jax at this point. Like,
absolutely.
Doran will be able to teleport into these fights and play Teamfight Jax. Like, that's fine with the build that he's got and the amount that we've come into this game. Zeus? Okay. Actually, just a Giga Chad move. Like, he's totally fine. As everybody, including Jonas Strong, was like, wait, whoa, you can't do that. Zeus is like, I can do whatever I want.
Oh, Peanut. Is it a trap?
Oh, not
but for
again.
who?
Okay, yeah, seems like he knows about it. He's not going to get locked down.
He's running.
Yeah, Sephiroth's presence going to help out a lot.
I love this locket, by the way, from Peanut. We already mentioned it. Last time it was in not so positive fashion because he died just before buying it, but will actually help because the upfront burst from T1 is the most dangerous part of their composition.
Yeah.
Between Annie and Zeus getting a big combo and then Gumayushi throwing an arrow on top of it, that's really what can end up costing you the game. And with this locket might be the difference between getting just a little bit of extra time, a little bit of extra damage. I really like Genji's position in this game. T1 gonna have to find an absolutely monstrous flank or another pick, like they got into Peanut.
Yeah, just pick them, Forehead. You know, like, what could go wrong? Faker in a little bit of trouble, though. He's getting alley-ooped. Then he can't get out. That's going to be Faker now getting caught as Doran in a bit of trouble, but he is Jax, and he's got a stopwatch. He is in a perfectly fine spot. Even hops forward as Owner's clone will bite the dust. Doran, though, not able to, you know, go into this fight, and Perry is actually looking to snipe him out here. Not quite going to be able to, as the chase is on. Zeus trying to buy as much time as possible. Even will Meganar them out as Owner not long for this world. Oh, trying to turn it around, but GA is popped. And down will go the Wukong eventually. You'd have to imagine, yep, there it is. Another stun, and the follow-up from the laser is enough. As this Baron is Gen.G's, unless Guma can steal it again. Nope, not this time.
Might die for it. Not going to be the case. Will walk it off.
Oh boy.
That could be the game-winning pick after Faker picks Peanut.
That's what you said last time, Chronicler.
Well, I keep thinking, and it just hasn't happened yet. But, oh, yeah, Peanut coming through there. This is Faker dying as well, again, with flash and stopwatch available. Can't have that happen at this point in the game. Going to be the Baron going over. We see Doran, what initially looks like an over-enthusiastic engage. Yes, Zonya, not stopwatch. Zonya's finished. Of course, Jax able to build that now. Owner trying.
Chef's kiss.
Yeah, I love it. Owner trying to get out, but knows that he is pretty much gone. And this is really costly, not just because of them giving up the Baron, but also because Owner now doesn't have GA. And that cooldown is going to take a large amount of time. You're not going to have it available for the next Soul fight as well. And Genji might have done it. That would be a very anticlimactic ending, but if they get this Soul...
Uh-oh. Here we go again! Seems like he's okay.
Okay, everyone's fine. Come on, don't get overexcited, fellas.
I don't know. This is... Okay, we have 6 Elemental Drakes in the game. We are about to have number 7. Meganar is gone. Now, this down it goes. Doran's got a great position, too, just to prevent any flanks this time around. Chovy kind of covering the top side. And like I said before, as long as nobody gets picked and nobody gets out of position or flanked, you know, Gen.G will have the advantage here. As there we go, there's the arrow in and Faker's gone. You don't have your Annie anymore. Now that's Mountain Soul to Gen.G. Just like that.
Disaster for T1. Mountain Soul on the enemy team. Not a lot of members that can easily shred through these health bars. Now, support Jin generally not going to scale that well necessarily, but going to be way worse with the beefiness. Baron still available for another minute. Gen.G looking for the end.
Okay, they find Peas, and he really dies! Oh, man! That is the one guy that you cannot have picked, in fact.
Sums.
I mean, everybody can die to the damage as, okay, Carry is searching. He's going to hit a Poppy. As TP in the mid, gonna prevent some backside, I guess. Here comes the arrow.
Oh!
It's gonna hit him and deny this turret. So that was a very long-range arrow as well. Saw the TP and a very easy lineup for Delight this time.
Oh, if there aren't if there isn't a Baron buff, that TP I love because it will definitely allow you to time, but now with Bex being half as short, GENG able to get back in time thanks to also a nicely timed arrow from the light. And maybe it's poetic justice if this all just comes down to the one Elder Flip in 4.5 minutes.
That's just the way it has to be.
Does it?
Yes. That's what we need. I mean, it's game 3 of this series. We need an Elder Flip. Like, we need to top it off with the cherry on top. Otherwise, what are we doing?
I just love one team fight that doesn't start with one
Somebody
person
getting
just
picked?
dying. Yeah.
Well, T1 would love the opposite. They would love a team fight that would start off with somebody getting picked, not on their team.
It's so tough. Ashe into the later we get into the game, like the Light's ult cooldown is already kind of dumb, and it's gonna get worse.
Yeah.
The game is going on for so long now that he's just going to be able to fire arrow on like 20, 25-second cooldowns. And look at T1. Who actually has a way of getting out of the way for an arrow? It's Zeus and Owner, and that's pretty much it.
Pretty much it's got to be Owner. Oh no. Here we go again. Peanut is caught, and down he will go. The jungler of GENG is out of the game.
It keeps happening.
And here comes Owner. They're going to get even more after this, as Chovy not sure about that one, as in he goes, down he will go, and Pays is just gonna get sniped by the Jhin. That might just do it, guys. I don't know. GENG are looking for some kind of escape. As Delight, he's got volleys for days, and that boomerang will miss, so it looks like Doran and Delight survive, but that is against 5 members at T1.
Why?
Well, 4.
Why? How is this happening again?
Teleport wards? What's gonna happen? Here comes Doran trying to frontline for his Ashe, and he's surviving quite a long time. The Zhonya's is buying time, and he gets out, but Owner won't have it. He will not have it. Down will go the turrets, as they gotta click on the Nexus, as Tibbers is just gone, but it doesn't matter. One auto will do it. T1 will take the game in 45 minutes.
What an ending!
all it
this
takes.
build up! And for what? Peanut walks into Onward the territory and dies! Oh, T1 get the victory. And all I can think is, give me more of these!
Give me
Give
more!
me 2 more!
Gimme!
I need to vote. Oh,
I think in this case, you can vote for Tibbers pretty, you know, you can have a clear head as you vote for Tibbers.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, no,
Yeah.
no.